video I'm going to show you how to make a ribbing with post stitches. This is my Magellanic top, and for this top I used this ribbing with post stitches. So this is the ribbing, and especially I want to show you how to make the invisible seam with the post stitch ribbing. So this is my seam with the half double crochets. I don't know if you can see it well, but here's my seam. And here is the seam with for the ribbing. As you can see, it's almost not visible. Maybe on the back you can see it a little better because here I worked my yarn ends away. But this is the seam. So let's get started. I already have a piece over here, which I just worked with, just some stitches, and here's some double crochets. And I always start my ribbing on the right side of my work. So I'm just going to turn to the right side of my work, and as you can see, I will not make a turning chain. So I will just turn my work without making a turning chain. So this is the stitch directly below. And when we want to start this post stitch ribbing, my first stitch, I like it to be a back post, because that gives the nicest result, but sometimes you can also start with a front post. I will show you that later. So we start with a back post, and we make a back post double crochets, front post double crochets, but my first stitch is not going to be a double crochet, but a single crochet with a chain 1, and I will show you. So my first stitch will be a back post, so I will do exactly what I'm normally going to do with a double crochet, only I do not yarn over. So I directly go behind my stitch, going to the back, picking up my yarn over here. This is my yarn over, I'm picking up my yarn. So now I have 2 loops on my hook. Can see, and now I'm going to yarn over and make a single crochet. So this is a back post single crochet, and now I'm going to add a chain 1 to this. So this is my first stitch. It's not totally complete because I will end it with a slip stitch, which will be the top of this stitch. So my next stitch is going to be a front post double crochet. So that's, oh, I'm sorry, going too fast. So for that I'm going to insert from front to back to the front, around the stem, not the top, but the stem of the stitch. So yarn over, and I'm making a double crochet. Now we are going to do the back post. So from back to front, back to the back, making a double crochet. So, and I will keep repeating these. So this is my front post, back post, front post, back post, so now you see that the ribbing is getting started. I will see you back when I'm at the end. So now I'm almost back at my starting point. So just going to continue. Back post. And my last stitch is a front post. Now I'm going to close my round by making a slip stitch in my first front post double crochet. So in this top, so this is my back post single crochet with chain 1, and I'm going to just insert in the top of my front post. And I make a slip stitch, which I do not pull tight. So now you can see that it also forms the top of a stitch like any other stitch. And my back post just looks quite similar to any other back post. But now we're going to turn and work on the wrong side of my work. And again, I turn without making a turning chain. So I turn. And now this is my back post single crochet with chain 1, and I'm going to make a front post single crochet around my chain 1. So that is right here. So I'm going to insert to the back and going back up to the front, yarn over and make a single crochet. And now I'm adding my chain 1. So this is now my front post double crochet. You can see especially at the back that it's not that nice as a normal front post. That is why I like to start my seam always with a back post. But now we are going to do a back post in the next stitch, another front post, and I'm going to repeat that until the end. So I will see you back at the end. Okay, so now I'm almost back at my starting point over here. So I'm going to continue working my back posts and front posts. And my last one is a back post for this one. And now I'm back at my starting point, and now I'm going to make the slip stitch in the top of my first back post. So that's over here. Making the slip stitch, thereby closing my round. And I can do another round by just turning and again starting now with a back post single crochet around my chain 1 of my previous round. So I'm going to go to the front, go to the back, pick up my yarn, making a single crochet and a chain 1 when I want to do more rounds. But I'm going to put this aside because when I end my my ribbing, I really like to have a nice finishing. So in this nice finishing, it's made with front and back post single crochets. So I repeat my rounds a couple of times, and my last round is always on the right side with front post, back post, single crochets. So I'm going to show you. So here we made our first back post single crochet. So if this would be my last round, I would just go like this, making a front post single crochet, back post single crochet, Okay, almost back at the beginning. So make my last few front and back post single crochets. And this is my last front post single crochet. And now you have two options. The easy one is just to make a slip stitch in my first front post single crochet, like this. And I'm not going to pull this tight, and this way you can just end your round and hide your yarn ends. But I like to make invisible seams, so I'm also going to show you how I hide my yarn end. So for that I'm going to cut my yarn and leave a little bit. And now I'm just going to pull this through. So this is how it now looks, as you can see. I'm going to attach a yarn needle. Let's see if this one works. Not quite a big one, but let's see. And now I'm also going to insert into the top of my front post single crochet. So that's over here. Going to pull that through like this. And now going to pull that through like this. And now I'm going to insert right at the point where my yarn comes out of this stitch. So to show you at the back, I'm just going to insert through both loops. Sorry for the dogs. Okay, hope that they are quiet now. So now I'm going to pull my stitch as tight as any other. So this is my stitch, as you can see. So this is too tight, but this is nice, I guess, like that. And now you almost don't see a difference between any of these stitches. So also not on the top. And then I'm going to just hide my yarn end into this back post stitch. So that is the magic behind invisible seaming with post stitches. Thanks for watching.